أكبر الله أكبر.
And I'm not saying he's going to be bad. I don't know. Allah's the best knower. But nothing happens without the will of God. Obama got in because it was the will of God. Trump has got in because it's the will of God. And I believe in God, and I believe that he's Akbar over everything, so what am I afraid of? Allah said, وَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. They will have no fear, nor should they have worry and anxiety. فَلَا تَخْشَوْهُمْ وَخْشَوْنِي. God said, don't fear them, fear me. So what's wrong with you? Why are we afraid? Detroit belongs to us now. It's ours. Come out of the cave of your intelligence. Wake up. Be vibrant. Be bold. Don't be afraid of other people. Why would I be afraid of other people? Huh? I done went through my fear stage. We done went through the Ku Klux Klan stage. All these walk into the store and they look at you. I used to live in outside in the suburb of Chicago, Dalton, Illinois, when I was coming up. If a black came into the neighborhood, you know what they would do? Ring a bell. Bang, 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 bang. A nigga's in the neighborhood. You know I'm telling the truth. I was just in Birmingham, Alabama a few weeks ago. Well, those 4 girls were bombed at a Sunday school by the Ku Klux Klan. I was telling my wife, I said, Pale City, Alabama. I said, that's Pale City. I said, that's where they poison our cows. Y'all remember that?
Yes, sir.
Some of you do.
Yes, sir.
They poison our cows. On our farm in Pale City, Alabama. And they did other things at other farms in Michigan and everything. We had land under the most, I don't know how that.
Yeah, that's right.
Did I say that right? I love to upset the upsetters. We progressed under that man's leadership. They poisoned our cows. They threatened us. They threatened our women. You think this is new what's happening? They used to snatch women's scarf off. And those that got caught, good whoopings. Oh yeah. I know, I was there. One day we gonna write about it. Yeah. You can walk into a neighborhood where there's gangs and stuff, and the brothers be standing up smoking and drunk, and they come through. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How many submit? Assalamu alaikum. Sister walk back. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Move, brother. Stop that cussing, man. Sister walking back. I'm talking about from the ignorant on the street.
Yes, that's right.
You know that.
Oh, that's right.
Those that you know in that mind back then.
Right.
What happened?
Good question.
You start wearing earrings and panties. That's what happened. Now I'm on a road to bring about unity and speak on unity, but I want to create a revolutionary ideal in the mindset of the sleeping people that Allah chose for Islam in this country. Now you may not know that. I needed to do a talk once in Houston, Texas, about 15, 20 years ago. And it was an international conference. And they wanted me to speak on the role of the indigenous Muslim in the United States of America. And it was an international body from India, Pakistan, different places. And so I got up and I began, I say, they gave me this topic of the role of the indigenous Muslim in the United States of America, Islam. And I said, I'm going to sum it up in one statement, and then I'll begin my talk. I said, the role of the indigenous Muslim in the United States of America is to lead all Muslims that's here. I said, wait a minute, I know what you're going to say. I said, but where has Islam gone and the indigenous people didn't lead it in the world? If it was Pakistan, India, Indonesia, Africa, I don't care where it was. It was the people who was from that land to lead because they know the land better than anybody else.
That's right. Yes, sir.
I accept my role. I accept my responsibility. I ain't right. I ain't looking for nobody to lead me.
Yes.
The Quran is the Quran of Mubin. The Quran is the leader. While I learn that book and bring out of me what Allah put in me under the precious.
Lord.
I did a talk in Richardson, Texas about 20 years ago, and I was talking like I was talking now. And it was at a mosque where it was 90% Muslims from overseas. And they were sitting there, stiff, quiet, looking at me. And I said, look, let me tell y'all something. I had to stop. I said, let me tell y'all something. You don't have to be jealous of me. You can have the same spirit that I got. All you need to do is go through 400 years of slavery. I said, what I mean by that, my nature, the human nature was capped down for so long, oppressed for 310 years of chattel slavery and another 100 years of abject slavery. And the top was screwed off by Islam. And then what happened was the geezer spirit just come up like an oil well. It was in Texas too. Like a big oil well just come up, down, oppressed. That's why I'm like I am now, because it ain't going no place.
Yes.
They got a movie out by Nat Turner now. Nat is in me.
Yes.
Harriet Tubman is in me. Sojourner Truth is in me. Malcolm is in me. Elijah is in me. Martin is in me. I got them all rolling around in me. Come on, buddy, man. Keep going. Let's get free. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. If you turn your spirit, your soul to Allah, He who created the soul the first time will give you liberation.
Yeah. That's right.
And you ain't got to strap a bomb to your chest and walk in someplace and say, Allah, I got to blow your damn self up. Excuse me. We ain't got to go through them changes. I've been oppressed longer than that to go blow myself up. Allah don't want you to die for Him. He wants you to live for Him.
Yeah.
And to live for Him, we need stores. We need schools.
That's right.
That's right.
We need communities of our own.
That's right. That's
All right,
right.
We need economics. We don't need division and infighting and saying, who's the imam now? We got another one. I remember when I first was sent to Dallas, brother man. Brother walked up to me. Hug. We want to let you know we run these imams out of here. They ain't right. Now hear me. me a former gangbanger, a former gang leader. You gonna talk to me with a gang attitude? So guess what I did? I gave him a gang response. I said, let me tell you something, you so and so and so and so. So bing, 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 I gotta clean. I said, this is one imam, you ain't running no place. I didn't mean it like that, brother. That's how you came to me. Another one walked up to me. He had three $100 bills in his hand. This is for you, buddy, man. I looked at it and I said, give it to this treasurer. You know, no, we want you to have that. You know, who is the we? I said, I get paid through the masjid. Give it to them. That was test number 2. The other one was a fine, beautiful sister. Gave it to my office. Brother man, they're saying that my skirt, she had on a midi dress. She said my skirt was too short. I want you to see, tell me, when she pulled it up. Beautiful legs. Harriet, every this time. I had to hold myself. I said, well, sister, I'm gonna let you know something. To me, it wouldn't bother. Oh, they say that this bothers people when they come. I said, it wouldn't bother me because of the Islam that I have. But you may have a person who just accepted Islam, may not understand. And instead of appreciating your mind, they want to appreciate your God. She said, thank you, brother, man. So I passed that test. One of that, then the bigger test was just hard-headed people that didn't want progress. That was the next one, brother, man. And I'm still trying to pass that one right now. Allahu Akbar. Brothers and sisters, we got a weekend to spend together, and I don't want you to think that I'm disrespecting the Jummah, you know, because the Jummah should be more composed, quiet, and respectful, you know. But sometimes Allah takes a spirit and gives us a direction. So I hope this weekend to be with you tomorrow night, and Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. I had a good time when I was here last time. And y'all demanded that I come back. So here I am. You said, me ma'am, you can. I said, okay. Me ma'am got up and said, they came to me and said, he got to come back. Will you come back? Yeah, I'm here. I hesitated because you said January. It's cold up here. But I brought my beautiful wife with me. I mean, one of them. I brought one of them. What? I don't have 4. But I did bring one of them. Next time we bring the other one. And she wore a beautiful coat. And already we went out to eat breakfast. And they told the imam, I was going out. They told the imam, said, that's a beautiful sister that's right there, you know. Let her know that. He said, well, I think that's the imam's wife. That's not my wife. He got to tell her she's beautiful. I told him, I said, well, that's happened many, many times. You know, where we've had that, when we were walking. One Caucasian fella in Florida at the swap shop, we were walking around. He stopped and he said, sir, I would like to get permission from you, you know, to just let you know that your wife is so beautiful, you know. I said, well, you got my permission. But it was down, because she was dressed like a Muslim. I mean, modest. When I say Muslim, I mean modest. But a beautiful modesty. Not trying to attract or lure, but to make a statement that was powerful. Brothers, that's what we have to do in our dress. But Allah says, what's the best dress? Taqwa, isn't it? Libasu taqwa, dhalika khayr. And the best dress is what? Taqwa. So let's do that. That taqwa is your innocence. we're going to have to continue this talk. We integrate it in with the rest of the talks that we have to do. We thank Allah. Thank Allah for you, for your courage and strength, for holding on this long against all odds. That's what you have to look. This fight that we have is a long journey. And people say, how you doing, buddy, man? I said, I'm waiting on reinforcements. Because I'm still on the front line. I said, I got a message, they told me that the supply line got through and reinforcements on the way, but I ain't seen nothing coming over the hill. I tell these young brothers all the time, I say, man, I'm waiting for y'all to step up to the plate. I do. I said, I always ask, how old are you? Oh, I'm 30. I'm 29. Man, what you waiting on? I'm waiting on it. Brother, aren't you waiting on it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Look, we had to go out and fight right now. And we might get a couple of licks here. We're in trouble. I remember the pioneers. I remember the pioneers of the first regiment. I used to talk with them all the time. I used to work with them right there in Chicago. And they used to talk about the early days. They would be all fired up with me. But as they got time went on, and they became more infirm. So I'm getting in that stage. But I can still throw a couple of good kicks and a couple of good punches. Then we'll look back and see if I got any help. So may Allah bless us. Dear sisters, you know, we were here, the last time I was here, I think Sister Tahida had a birthday, you know, alhamdulillah. The pioneers that worked the kitchen, worked the community, they hold things together. They had that dedication that was implanted in them in the days of Elijah Muhammad. And we need that same dedication implanted in us. So may Allah bless us. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك جامع الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه إن الله لا يخلف الميعاد الحمد لله رب العالمين. Brothers and sisters, also I wanted to let you know too, we have, well, you know, I always bring my CDs, and it's downstairs. But I also brought the miracle oil and seed from Muhammad the Prophet. You know, there's a seed that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that is a cure for everything except death. It's called the black seed. And just like everything else, when they begin to commercialize something, they water it down to make more of it. Well, Allah blessed us with a connection where we have raw, R-A-W, raw black seed oil, the natural oil. It's good for external and internal healing. Earaches, eye aches, back aches, arthritis, bursitis. And let me tell you something. You know what I tell people when I'm going around the country? The Prophet was not a liar. I know you believe that, right?
Yes.
He was not a liar. And when he makes a statement like that, there's a seed, there's an oil that cures everything except death. When I first took it, the black seed, it gave me a headache. You know. So I stayed away from it a long time until I began to put it on different parts of the body, and I came alive. In fact, I'm like Brother Edward Ali used to say, how you doing, Brother Edward? He said, I'm turning 16 today. So we have some of that here, a limited amount, but I want to share it with you. And I know that you're not all healthy like you should be, but this will help. May Allah bless us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله.
Let's make sure our rows are straight. Let's stand shoulder to shoulder. Allahu Akbar. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب الله أكبر الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون وما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت بيده وهو على كل شيء قدير. الحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين. السلام عليكم. وعليكم السلام.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I don't know, it just goes on and on itself. So I could do without it, inshallah. I'm just going to recite chapter 59 where it focuses on the last 3 verses with the attributes of Allah. May Allah be pleased. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز سلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله أما يشركون. هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. الحكيم صدق الله العظيم.
Ameen.
Yeah.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah.
Allahu Akbar.
Is a delay, but connected with that delay is laziness. You see the connection there? Reksu, Keslani, Beitu, Shaitan. Reksu, let's say Reksu,
Reksu,
Keslani,
Keslani,
Beitu,
Beitu,
Shaitani.
Shaitan.
So now instead of saying the head of the lazy man, the head of the procrastinator, the head of the late person, the head of the one who puts off. So you can see now how Satan influences your thinking by making you delay, procrastinate, put off, postpone what you are supposed to do, what I'm supposed to do. And once he gets you to put it off, he can work. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Prayer time. Delay it. Do it later. Allahu Akbar, Allah. I told you to delay it. You can make it up later. Who's whispering to you? I sure ain't saying, Brother Man, let's put off prayer later on. And if Satan and you say, yeah, do it. Okay, let's do it. So I got him too. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But the whisper comes from where? In here.
Used to do it.
The whisper comes from in here. My son, Khalil, when he was, I think he was about 11 or 12. At that time, he's 14 now? Yeah. We was at the Fajr prayer one morning, and we were talking, and we were talking about Satan. I said, how do you know when Satan is whispering to you? He's real smart, he said. When he's telling me to do something wrong, just like that. I said, absolutely right. Because he ain't gonna tell you to do nothing right. So now, I'm gonna ask you, how do you know when Satan is whispering to you? When he telling you to do what? Something wrong. What are you supposed to tell him immediately? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. What you say? I said, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Now get the hell out of here. It's easy. Very easy. It's so easy, it's unreal. On how you can manage Satan in your life, get him out, and he won't bother you anymore. He be all packed up. Imam Ghazali, the great thinker in Islam, he wrote in one of his books, he had a 4-volume book called Ihya al-Din, The Science of the Religion. He said 2 men were passing and walking by, and they had 2 devils in them. They had 2 devils. Each one had their own devil. You know, everybody got their own devil. I got mine, you got yours. I ain't got no devil. Okay, that's what you think. But anyway, so he saw one devil was speaking to the other devil in the body, and this is how he's giving the story. He said, "How you doing?" He said, "I'm doing great, man. Why you doing so good?" Man, I'm in a body that don't pray, that don't fast, that don't give in charity, that don't remember God, and I'm just growing every day. I'm real strong. Well, what about you? Man, I'm in a body. He prays, he does extra prayers, he's always giving charity, he fasts during the month of Ramadan, and he does extra fasts on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I'm just getting weaker every day. And the other devil told him, well, good luck. Okay, I got to leave. Well, the moral of the idea that he was emphasizing, and I'm ad-libbing a little bit on it, but that was the general picture. That the one who had a jinn in him, a devil in him, that was strong, was because the man was weak. He wasn't doing nothing that God told him to do. But the one that was, the devil was weak, the devil was strong, the man wasn't doing nothing that God wanted to do. So he just kept growing and growing and growing stronger, and he takes him over. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So, what I've been doing in this time is putting a picture so that you can see Satan more correctly. And I'm going to conclude on this session right here. I don't know how long we're going to go today. Okay. I had a lot of verses here to deal with from the Quran. You know, we need a workshop on the devil, period. Do you know what the devil is? You need to know him.
Right.
In order to handle him. Because right now he's handling you. But Allah revealed in his book, the Quran, on how to spot him. You know, Imam Muhammad said, he did a talk in 1976. He said, Allah blessed Prophet Muhammad to identify the devil. Because he was hidden from the world. Hiding out. And he exposed him. How did he do that? By showing him where he was. Because we looking for the devil here, looking for him in the ground, and he was in you. So when you say, let's say that, A'udhu. Let's say, ah. Say that first. Ah. Where your voice go? In first. Ah. Udhu. Then it comes out. He said, look at it. Ah. It comes in first. Ah. Udhu. So he located the movement of him in. Then he comes out. People be looking for there's a jinn over there. Imam Muhammad said, he said, there's no jinn outside of you if it didn't come from inside of you. So he said, Allah blessed Prophet Muhammad to identify where the devil is. He said, Allah has blessed me to snatch out his loins where he can't reproduce again. Yes. That says a lot, if you understand it. So in the Quran, now, there's an ayat I want to deal with in the Quran here. Well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says in the Quran, do I want to deal with that right now? The movement of the Iblis. Let me finish with the movement of the Iblis before we get to Satan himself. Because Iblis turns into the shaitan, the enemy to the human being. Before he was just working along with the situation, but when he lost his authority, he had to prove that you wasn't qualified. That's what this whole thing is about. You're not qualified to manage your own life. Do you know what this whole thing is about? You ain't qualified. You need somebody over you with a foot in the backside. Almost disfigured my toe. That's what this whole thing is about. You ain't qualified. So the Imam said, anytime you want to see Satan, look for somebody who want to dominate you and just be over you and telling you everything to do. He said, that's how you, oh my God. He said, when you see somebody like this, start looking at them very carefully. He said, because it's signs of Satan. Because Satan don't believe that you can rule your own self. When Allah gave you your own self to rule over your own self, does that mean that we don't cooperate with each other? No. We still do it, and you have to have obedience and accept it. But Allah said, "O you who believe, obey Allah, obey His messenger, and those what? Those who are, the translation is, the Uli amru minkum, Uli amru minkum, and those who have authority over you." But look at this now. How they translate that. Uli means those possessing the natural opinion or obedience in them. Uli. It means something that's naturally in you. Uli. Amrum. Amrum is from command. Amr. But they translate it as what? Authority. Because it's to be understood that when somebody has a command, they have an authority. But that's not always a fact. The word for authority in Islam is sultan. Sultan is authority. It doesn't say uli sultan minkum. It says uli amru minkum. Those who possess the command from you. What command? Go back to how the verse started out. Ya ayyuhal ladina amanu, O you believe. Ati'ullah wa ati'u rasul. Obey Allah, O you believe, obey Allah. That's the first command. Obey His messenger. That's the second command. Uli amru minkum. And those possessing that authority from before in you, that's in them, obey them too. If they don't have the authority of the prophet, if they don't have the command of belief in Allah and the prophet, they don't obey them. You had rulers who were sultans that say it's all right to drink. It's all right to have multiple women, not just four, multiple. They call them harams and whatever, all of them. You know, so you had that type of rulership to come in, and the people fell up under it, and because they didn't have knowledge of the Quran, they accepted it. Go through the history. The dismantling of the Muslim life, the Muslim world. It's because their morals became corrupt. They became wine drinkers and everything else. Faggots. Like that. That's over there right now. In white sheets with turbans and everything. And they're in bad shape. That's why they're being whooped. Imam Muhammad said before he left here, he said, they're going to keep getting their ass whipped. He said, just like that. Until they change and come back to the Quran. And we looking over there for leadership. I'm looking, waiting on our leader to come from overseas. Thank you. You must have known I was. My mouth was, there's a crooked Bible too. Yeah, you know, we're looking for an overseer to come from overseas. You should be tired of overseers. You remember the overseers over the plantation? We're looking for an overseer from overseas to overseer and oversee your behavior. When you have the ability from God to oversee your own self.
Alhamdulillah.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
doula. When I was in Birmingham a few weeks ago, he was apologizing to me because he had a small masjid in a small community. And he pulled from surrounding areas. They had about maybe, about 25, 30 people. But before that, I said, look, hey man, you know me, and we've been knowing each other for years. I said, you know me. If you got 5 there, I'm gonna teach like it's 5,000. Yeah, you're right. I said, if you got 1, and it's just gonna be me and you, I'm gonna teach the same way. I can't help it. It's in my nature. I'm under the command of God, and I'm not gonna refuse His command. So, I don't want you to think that because it ain't packed here, I'm not excited about giving you what Allah gave me to give you. And consider this, you are the blessed ones. And I'm not saying it arrogantly. I'm saying it factually. Because I know what's happening right now. Allah has given me insights that I wasn't even aware of as I'm talking to you. So let's look at Iblis again, quickly. Iblis says, give me respite, delay my execution, procrastinating. And he took that same delay and put off stuff, laziness off, and gave it to you so he can get his followers. Because he said, I'm going to come what? Before them behind. But no, before that he said, no, this is his attitude. He said, now that you have thrown me out, akawaitani, now that you throw me out, لأقعدن على الصراط المستقيم. I am going to lie in your straight way. And I'm going to come from right in their face, behind their back, in their righteousness, and in their nature. From the left, from the right, from the front. I'm going to surround them. You got to understand this conversation with this person. I'm come from behind them, from behind them, from the right and from the left. And I'm going to surround them. I'm going to put them in the crosshair. I'm coming after them. Isn't that what it says right there? That's what it makes a cross.
Yes, sir.
And the cross is surrounding you. Because in every corner, you got 90, 90, 90, 90, which is 360. I'm surrounding you. So I'm saying, come out with your hands up. Ain't that what the police tell you? Mm-hmm. We got you surrounded. Come out with your hands up. You come out. That was Satan. Now, it says, La Aka. Udanna. La Aka Udanna. This word is from Ka'ada. In Arabic. This word is from Ka'ada. I will sit. I will sit. La Aka Udanna. But it's in the form of the verb where it intensifies. It's not just sitting, but it's sitting with great intensity. Watching, waiting to get you off of the Surat, ala Surata Mustaqim, upon your straight way. And we say all the time, Ihdina Surata Mustaqim, Ihdina Surata Mustaqim. Guide us on the straight way. So he know you on the straight way, and he's trying to get you off of the straight way. That's his objective. This just filled up. And I want to make sure that yeah. So I've been going good 85 minutes, 90 minutes. Okay. Let's take a break. Take a break.
لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله.
Let's make sure our rows are straight. Let's stand shoulder to shoulder. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب الله أكبر الله أكبر الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum. La ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm. له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه. يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم. ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض. ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت بيده وهو على كل شيء قدير. الحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين. السلام عليكم. وعليكم السلام.
I sit in church, yeah.